hello, everybody. Welcome to Let It Out. I am your host, Tobosis Rochester. Today's topic is domestic violence,
Yes, yes,
part three.
yes.
Man, I miss y'all, and I'm glad to be back. We are on Plug Studio Network, okay? And if you have any music videos, please don't hesitate to submit them to submissions at plugstudionetwork.com, okay? Videos. All right, and also, I'm just ecstatic about me having a guest today as well. Her name is Andrea Banks. Welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, and I'm just excited to be back because I had to take a moment. I had to take some time for myself, and I had to take this new relief. So I'm there, and I'm getting there. It's the process. Okay, so just continue to pray for me and my family, and I'm thankful for being here again to talk with you guys. Okay. All right. So today I want you guys to share this. Okay. Because this is gonna be another hot topic all over again. Now we ain't gonna stop nothing. Okay. Okay. All right, guys. All right. We're here with Andrea.
Yes.
And like I said, welcome to Let It Out.
Thank you.
Because you know what I want to do. I want to be all up in your business.
Absolutely.
Okay, first we're gonna ask you, where are you from?
I am from, first off, thank you for having me.
Sure.
I'm so excited to be here.
Good.
But I am from Delaware.
Okay.
Yes, in the Delaware area.
Okay.
Local.
Okay. 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 And we're gonna talk about. Um, Tell me about your organization that you have. Women
Yes.
Empowerment.
Yes. So I have an organization called Women Embracing Women
Okay.
in Delaware.
Awesome.
And it was actually birthed out of some of my life experiences, some of the challenges and the things that I faced in my life growing up and
Okay.
even in adulthood.
Okay.
So Women Embracing Women pretty much is an organization where it started out last year in August
Okay.
2019.
Okay.
And it was pretty much a bunch of women who got together to share their stories about, share their stories and their journeys about how they made it through the different challenges that they've experienced in their life, whether it was molestation, whether it was domestic violence,
Yes.
anything like that. Some women went through instances where they, lost children.
Okay.
So Women Embracing Women basically is women coming together to embark and embrace the changes that they have faced in their life, and basically to tell their stories that let people know that they're not alone.
Right.
So
And that's
yes.
a beautiful thing. I think it's a good thing that we have those type of things going on. Women supporting each other. And we're not gonna leave the men out.
Right,
Just-
right,
they're,
right.
Also them too. Hello, Yvonne. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hello.
Also, what is your impact on domestic violence?
So my impact regarding Women Embracing Women, right now we are giving back to the community.
Okay.
We are in the process right now of starting, and we're still doing more research, and we are, like I said, we are a LLC,
Okay.
looking to become a nonprofit. We are in the process right now of going out into the community to help women who have experienced domestic violence relationships, because they do have stories that need to be heard.
Yes.
They do have stories that need to be heard. Yes. So,
That's awesome.
so we're in the process of that. And men, we have not forgot about you. We do know men experience domestic violence
Yes.
relationships nonetheless. But me specifically dealing with women, that is our goal and our aim right now. So we're looking to build a shelter,
Okay. Awesome.
a safe haven for women to come, and where they can get all the help that they need, because they need the help,
Okay.
the
Now,
safety.
Now, is that local or?
It's going to be local. We're looking in the Wilmington, Delaware area, Wilmington, Newark, Delaware area. So
Okay.
yes.
Okay. Awesome. 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 those are good things to hear, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Being there for people who need the help,
Mhm.
women and
Mhm.
men, you
Yes.
know, and children as well.
Mhm.
Also, let's get to
Mhm.
where can people find you?
So I can be found. I have my personal Facebook, which is Andrea Banks, Andrea with an I,
Okay.
and then we also have a page, Women Embracing Change.
Okay.
So all things change.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
on
Okay.
Facebook.
Is there anything else that you would like to tell us that you may be coming, into, you may be doing?
Yes. So currently, our Women Embracing Women is basically giving back to the community. So in any way, shape, or form that we can give back to the community, that is what we are looking to do.
Okay.
And coming up in for November 15th, we're actually
Okay.
giving back to a mission. It's called His Mission. That's actually in Kennett Square, Pennsylvania. So we're
Awesome.
starting there. It's a mission that actually houses 20 men.
Awesome.
And we're giving back to them, whether it be food, clothes, gift cards, necessities. So if you want to, jump on the bandwagon and help us out with that, you are more than welcome to do so.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. And you could inbox Andrea as well, and you
Yes.
can inbox me as well about those because we are working together on
Yes.
this project. So
We
it's
are.
really a beautiful thing to have family together and working on something positive.
Yes.
You know, and this is a wonderful thing. Okay. And I thank you for being here and
Thank you
talking
so
to me this
much.
evening. You're welcome
Thank
to
you.
chill in the seat if you like. Okay. Hello, Robbie. Welcome to the show.
Hello, hello.
You guys share this. Today's show is about domestic violence,
Yes.
part 3. Now, domestic violence meaning of a lot of things, verbal,
Mm-hmm.
hitting, just everything in general.
Mm-hmm.
There's no certain thing in domestic violence. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what it is that today, holding in these things, letting these things happen. I got a lot of phone calls a couple of weeks ago, and about women being hurt, being beaten, talked to disrespectfully, and that hurts too. That hurts us too.
Mm-hmm.
And we gotta just go, leave these people alone. Just if you can't, just call somebody. Try to get help to get you out of this situation. If you have to,
Yes.
go to a women's shelter and a worldwide. Okay.
Yes.
To your nearest. Hello,
nearest.
Latoya. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hello.
And softer than butter. Welcome, ladies. Welcome,
Hello.
everybody. I appreciate everybody share this today. We just need to be there for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And if you know somebody in your family who's going through this, give them assistance.
Mm-hmm.
Don't hesitate, because when they come to you and tell you something in your ear, you better listen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you take heed to that, because it could be you. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Shelters, building shelters and things like that. That's a beautiful thing that you're doing.
Yes.
And I believe that there should be more of this
Right,
all
right.
over.
Mm-hmm.
Even for men,
Mm-hmm.
because men are getting abused.
Right,
We had a special guest who's in the audience tonight, Raphael Jones. Welcome, who was on the show and telling us about his story.
Mm-hmm.
So let's not forget about them.
Right. And the help is out there. It's just the fact of the matter of, getting out there to find out where you can get the help. Where you can get the help. Because it is out there, but you have to take that first
Initiative.
step. You have to
Yes.
make that first step.
That's right.
Make it up in your mind that you do want change.
Yes.
And it is definitely possible.
Exactly.
That's for sure. It's definitely
Exactly.
possible.
So, also, if you want to call in, 302-312-1266 to get in on a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's really, really a serious conversation that we all need to have.
Yes.
And we're not just gonna leave this alone. This is gonna be a constant thing that we're gonna be talking about forever.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with this thing going on, it's getting even worse.
Yes.
Okay.
Especially with the pandemic.
Exactly. Right.
Women and men, people
Yeah,
being
excuse
stuck
me.
in the household, you know,
Yes.
not being able to get out,
Exactly.
you know,
And
so.
all there is shut in.
Mm-hmm.
There's nowhere to go
Mm-hmm.
because some people are afraid to go out.
Right.
Okay, where you're stuck in there with your husband all day long.
Yeah.
And your children.
Mm-hmm. And there's no cameras in your home, so we don't know what's going on. You know, the world doesn't know what's going on. So, you know, unless you're CSI and you just got some cameras put up or something. But nobody knows unless you say something.
Yes,
unless
exactly.
You say
so
something.
you need to and get the help. Okay.
And the domestic violence hotlines you can call.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
And you know, there's been I heard about something on the news, and also on my phone. I think it was last week. I wanted to really talk about this. The woman that went to go meet up with her alleged husband to talk.
Mm.
This hurt my heart because this man shot her.
Mm.
They shot himself. Really?
Mm.
For what?
Mm-hmm.
You took this woman away from her family, her children,
Mm-hmm.
grandchildren,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and then you turn coward. He turned the gun on himself.
Mm-hmm. And
It's sad.
And it kind of falls into mental illness as
Exactly.
well,
Yes.
you know.
And that's where that went.
And a lot of times that doesn't get as much coverage as it should.
Exactly.
And you know, mental illness is something real.
Exactly.
It is real.
Exactly.
It is real. So seek help for that as well.
Yes.
Definitely. Don't ever be ashamed to get the help that you need.
Exactly. And you know, mental health, that's a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I heard people saying that they've seen things. Somebody was talking to them to tell them to do this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, something told me to beat her up. Something told me to kill her. Something told me to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Or something that told me to kill him. Vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
Or do this to this person. Because that's how much hatred and rage that you have.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Let It Out. I'm your host, Toboshes Rochester. And I have a special guest, Andrea Banks. And if those who missed out on what the show is about, it's domestic violence, part 3.
Yes.
And if you have, you know, something to say, you know, and you want to have input and a story to tell me, call in 302-312-1266. You know, and this is an amazing topic, like I said, that needs to be talked about.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I remember I went to the store and this woman and a man were fighting. The kids were in the car. Mind you, I'm not trying to be too newsy, but you know me, right? There were clothes and things inside the car, etc. This man beats her in the parking lot. And guess what happens? Nobody does nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. I call 911.
Mm-hmm.
They took forever to come. He's banging her head up against the car. Really?
Mm-hmm.
For what? What did she do to you for you to do all that? And the kids is in the car.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's sick to me.
Mm-hmm.
Because guess what? These children are going to remember this.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing you do this to their mom, guess what's going to happen? When they get older, they're going to be they're going to react that.
Right. Mm-hmm.
They're going to react that.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to think that it's okay to do when it isn't.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is all they were taught.
Right.
Violence, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's sad. It's so sad, you
And
know. And so Andrea,
Mm-hmm.
give me some more input on your
So,
your half.
well, the story you just told actually reminded me of an incident that I went through,
Okay.
where, you know, with kids being involved, but I was in a relationship where at the time my boyfriend, the only way he knows how to express himself is to put his hands on you. If he's angry or things like that, verbally, whatever he can say, like it's like he knows your triggers. So anything that he can say that's gonna, like, whether it's, a self-esteem issue,
Yes,
like,
yes.
oh, you look fat today, or, do something with your hair today. Like anything that he could use, he would say, he would do. And one of the incidents that took place was him actually choking me. And while he was choking me, the thought that went through my mind, and I get emotional, and not necessarily now looking at it, because I know that I walked away, but
Which is what
when I was there, while he was choking me, only thing I could hear was literally God's voice. Like,
Right.
this is not the end for you. This is not the end for you.
Exactly.
And then what literally pushed me to walk away from that
Right.
was my daughter. Because I would never want my daughter to ever think, okay, mommy sat there and let him do that.
Yeah.
So now that I'm older and I'm dating, he can do this. And that's never the example that I want to set for my daughter.
That's good.
Nor my son.
Right. Exactly.
So, oftentimes you hear people say, oh, I stayed because of my kids. Or I stayed. That, for me, sorry, that's not a good enough excuse.
Yeah,
because if
exactly.
you did it for your kids, you would have packed your bags and you and your kids would have left.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
And it's not that easy. I do understand that, but it's never a good situation when you stay there and kids are involved. So it just, I mean, it's so real. And it's like, you really don't understand it unless you've been through it.
Exactly.
And I think that's why the help is so scarce.
Exactly.
Because a lot of people have not been through a domestic violence situation.
All they can say is, "Oh wow," they can't even give you, a way
Insight.
out to help you, or to say anything to help you with,
Or they
what you're
blame
going
you.
through.
It's
Exactly.
your
But,
fault, or
well,
you
girl,
should have never
you
stayed.
Well, that's your fault. You shouldn't. No, you're saying the wrong things.
Yeah.
You're saying the
Yeah.
wrong things. We don't want to hear that. You know what I mean? Hello, everybody. Those who are just tuning in. You
Hello.
are on Let It Out. I am your host, Emotions Rochester. Today's topic again is domestic violence, part 3. Right?
Yes.
Part 3. Special guest, Andrea Banks.
Hello.
I have another special guest in the background, Raphael Jones. Welcome. Hello, everybody.
Yes.
If you have any music videos, please submit them to submissions@plugstudionnetworks.com. If you want to input on the show today, you have a story to tell, that you want us to know about, 302-312-1266. And this is terrible thing that, that I had to see the woman getting beat in front of her children, where there's people literally standing there and not doing anything. They're just like standing there, watching to see where it goes, which is was a stupid thing to me. I'm like, they're taking videos and everything. I'm not going to do all that. I'm going to call 911.
Right. And I know a lot of times people don't want to get involved because at the end of the day, it's like, who's going to protect me? You know what I mean? Like, if this man see my face and he can do this out in public, is he going to follow me and try to, you know what I mean? So I understand, to a point, I understand the aspect, but nonetheless, like, you see somebody, you know what I mean? If you're not going to jump in, I'm not going to never advise you to jump in and do something. Offer a bottle of water, something.
It's something, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so.
It's terrible, and I'm just watching these people. You're just taking pictures. Why? Why?
To post on the internet and be like, look at this. But what did you do to intervene?
Or something.
Right.
To use in the wrong way, basically. Okay.
Yes.
Also, we were talking about shelters.
Yes.
And things which are really needed. And I'm so happy that Andrea is talking about doing something positive such as that, because we do need that.
Yes. And with the shelter, what we're going to do, I'm not going to say what we're looking to, but what we're going to do is provide those resources for women. Right. When they make their transition and they decide to leave that relationship, we want to be able to house the women and give them the necessities to get through life so that they can live.
Right.
Because we want you to live. You're choosing life. So we want you to live nonetheless. Right. So, and by those resources, we're going to bring in counselors and help you with employment and teach you financial stability and, how to stand on your feet, without your abuser. Because a lot of times what we don't know is that some of the people actually depend on their abusers.
Yes, they do.
So then it's like, okay, well, you're going to give me a shelter, but then what are you going to do to make sure I don't go back, or how are you going to protect me? So we're going to make sure all those things are in place. Security, you know what I mean? We're going to teach you how to move forward. We're not going to just give you the 30, 60, 90 day and say, okay, now you're back on your own. No, we're going to walk with you, but you have to be willing to, you know, take that walk, take that journey,
and accept the help that's given to you. Don't abuse the help either.
Right.
Because some people do that.
And that's what makes people think that, you know, okay, well, they're not taking it seriously. You know.
Yeah. You know, and I'm glad you said what you said too, you know, to save money, you know, to prepare yourself to go on the next chapter of your life.
Right.
You know, to make things stable for you and your children. Okay. You know, and I hope, you know, but I know some women will do this. They'll go ahead and move on. And guess what happens? Guess who's in the house? You hear me? Guess who's in the house? He's back in there. What
you went through all that process to get right back with them.
What did we just help you with?
And that's where it has to be, you know, with the shelter. It's like I said, it's helping you to be able to live. So we're going to help you with your mindset, because it starts with your mind.
Exactly.
It's a mind thing, you know, and spiritually, from the spiritual aspect, you know, the enemy likes to play with your mind. So if he can toy with your mind,
it's going to happen.
He got you. And that's what it is. You have to be open to, you know, change. If you're not open to change, then things are going to stay the same. So you have to be open.
Right.
You definitely have to be open.
And that's, you know.
And it's definitely a process. It's not easy. And like I said, with my relationship, I made the decision, like the saying says, if you know better, you'll do better.
Yes.
And I had to make up in my mind, okay, this is not right. So I had to walk away. And now I'm single. And happy. And loving me, because I'm focused on me. You know what I mean? And my stability. So
and that's a wonderful thing. You know, you hear that, you know, and she's smiling. See, look at that. You know, moving on to bigger and better things.
Yes.
And that's what we do, right?
Yes. And another thing too, I was speaking to like several different women, and you know, I get their input, and a lot of women reach out to me as well. And it's like, okay, Andrea, now I went through this. How can I move forward? So let's say, for example, when I left my relationship, he knew where my parents lived. And my parents' house was my safe haven. You know, it's not, you don't invite everybody to your parents' house and things like that. So my fear was, okay, so if I walk away, is he going to come after me? You know what I mean? So, and then if he comes after me, then what? Am I supposed to just, you know, keep running scared? Like, what am I going to do?
So about the safety of your loved ones as well.
And putting them in jeopardy. So one thing that came up was, when you do make, even if you don't go to a shelter, but when you do step out and make that transition, you know, consider a P.O. box. You know what I mean? You can't tell everybody, because if he knows, let's say, for example, if he knows your aunt and uncle, he knows you always go to them, you always depend on them, he's going to go there first. You know what I mean? And if he knows he can get information from them, that's who he's going to go to. So if you make the step, and, you know, if you have to, get a P.O. box. You know, that was brought to my attention as well from one of the ladies who actually been through a situation like this. Get a P.O. box. Don't tell anybody where you're going unless you genuinely trust them with your whereabouts. You know, and always you hear people talk about all the time that the system doesn't help you. The system doesn't help you. It's corrupt. It is true, but still report it. Report the incident. You know what I mean? Because that can help you in the long run. Always report it. Always go to court. I hear some women say, well, I'm not going to go to court because it's pointless. Right. Go to court. Go to court and plead your case. You know, and a lot of times the judges have never been through a domestic violence relationship. So what can they say besides, you know, the books that would do whatever the books tell them to do. So, you know, and I've experienced that as well. You know, like I said, if the person can have their way, you know, if they're good at lying,
they're going to get away with it.
You know, so especially if the judge doesn't know that they're lying, you sitting there like, now you know.
You just told a lie, really?
So yes, but definitely yes.
Wow.
Yes.
That's what we want. You know, we want you to be safe.
Yes.
You know, everyone. We want everybody to be safe. You know, and you got to handle that. And like she said, you know, you have to show up for court.
Yes.
Because when you don't show up, they thinking,
just throw it out.
She's fine. She ain't gonna do nothing. She loves me.
Yes, yes.
You know, she gonna take me back. You have to do that, okay?
Yes.
And whoo, okay. What's up, everybody? I hope you guys are sharing this. Please do so. Give me some input on your end. You know, call in if you like.
Yes.
You know, and the topic is very, very serious. And it always is. It's nothing that you take lightly.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes. And also yearly with Women Embracing Women, like I said, we started last year, but we're going to do it again this year, but it's going to be virtual. We're going to go live.
Okay.
And like I was saying, with Women Embracing Women, women, we all come together and let's say, you know, you write poetry or you rap. If you have a life
and something
experience and you feel like you need to rap about it, you need to let it out. Okay? When you come, when you find out that we are having a conference or a gathering, jump on it. Email me, message me, send me a message on Facebook, jump on it. If you, and there's no limit. Yes, you know, the organization is community-based and it is faith-based, but with it being faith-based, there's no limit. If you have to release it in a certain way, and I don't mean by like punching walls and, you know, things like that, but if you rap, you do poetry, we had a dancer, and we had Taboshes. She came and sang, you know, and it's inspiring because her song, Let It Out, really hit home with a lot of women. You know what I mean? To let it out. Tell your story. Don't hold it in, because a lot of times when you hold things in, that gets bottled up. Sometimes you can either shut down. You know what I mean? Like, send me an email, message me or something, or even reach back out to Miss Taboshes, you know, and let it out.
Somebody will, you know, contact you as well. We won't just, you know, let you just sit in the inbox and we don't, you know, communicate. That's not our style.
Right. We're serious about it.
Exactly.
We're serious about it.
You know, that you have to really, really put your foot in. I'm telling you, you're not gonna feel no type of way when you come. You know what I mean? Everybody's there to love you, be there, be supportive of you. You know, there will be beverages, food, things like that.
Yes, we always feed you.
We
always feed you.
Okay. You know, and if you women, if you know of anybody who has clothing for women as well, children's clothing, what have you, bring it to the event, or you can inbox us as well, and we can give those things out, because you know the holidays are coming and the weather is getting more colder out. You know, came really fast.
Yes.
So
it did.
So please do that for us, okay? And okay, you guys, we're gonna take a little break here.
And I see Tina Thompson. Tina Thompson. My email is Andrea, ANDRIA _Banks @AOL.com. So what's your email?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, hello. Yeah, so please do that. Inbox us as well. You can also go to my email at booktaboshisrochester 11@gmail.com. Yes. And we will sure enough get back to you. Somebody will. And like I said, also you can inbox us on Facebook, Messenger, or what have you. Also, and you know, and with men, you can get in contact with Raphael Jones also. He will not hesitate to get back with you as well. On Messenger and on Facebook, you can find him as well. Okay? Okay, we're going to go to a awesome video coming up by Queen Kalani. Done Her Way.
Somebody take me to church. Never should have done her wrong. Now you see what you hate. Realize she's a girl. No, she ain't coming back. Never should have done her wrong. Now you see what you hate. Realize she's a girl. No, she ain't coming back. should have never ever put your hands on me. Now I gotta live with the scars for eternity. Though I am showing up, but some days I just pray. And only Lord knows I pray the pain away. Gotta keep it moving, I ain't gon' stop improving. I'm gon' keep on going. No, you miss my loving. I know it. Saving all this love for a king who deserves it all. Oh, never should've told her wrong. Now you see what you hate. Realize she's a good girl. No, she ain't coming back. Never should've told her wrong. Now you see what you hate. Realize she's a good girl. No, she ain't coming back. No, she ain't. No, she ain't. No, she ain't coming back. No, she ain't. No, she ain't. No, she ain't coming back. Embrace all the pain I went through, 'cause it made me me. Healed up once I broke free, blossom beautifully. Let's stop 'cause it's my time. Take a look at me now. Now you see happy on my face. Can't believe it, ooh, why? Gotta keep it moving, I ain't gon' stop improving. I'm gon' keep on going. No, you miss my loving. Saving all this love for a king who deserves it all. Oh, never should've done. Never. Now you see what you hate. Realize she's a good girl. No, she ain't coming back. Never should've done her wrong. Now you see what you hate. Realize she's a good girl. No, she ain't coming back. No, she ain't. No, she ain't. No, she ain't coming back. No, she ain't. No, she ain't. No, she ain't coming back. Oh, yeah. Oh, she's good.
Welcome back, everybody. I am your host, Tobocious Rochester. You are on Plug Studio Network. The show is called Let It Out. Okay, if you have any music videos, please submit them to submissions@plugstudio.network.com. Also, if you want to call in and join the conversation, the number is 302-312-1266. I had an amazing host, special guest, Andrea Banks. Man, it was affirmative. Everything was on point. And I hope, somebody is listening to hear all these things that she left. Please, check her out. She's awesome. Okay? And we have back Raphael Jones.
Hey, how y'all doing? I'm back, yeah.
Also, Raphael, can you give everyone your email address besides Facebook?
Okay. Well, if you want to reach out and need assistance and anything that we can help you with for domestic violence, or even if you just need help, period, you can reach me at r.basemanjones@yahoo.com. That is my actual email address. I will get to you. So if you need help, reach out, and we definitely have something for you.
Okay, awesome. Okay, Raphael, I know you've been here with me a week ago or so ago,
Mm.
and we had a good conversation about some domestic things.
Right.
Would you like to enlighten about anything else?
Well, there's always something more.
Yes.
You might want to start looking in, like the young lady who was here. She gave a great idea for men who are being abused. There are a lot of guys that are out there that don't speak on it. They actually want to hold back, don't want to say anything more. They actually believe that, they can't believe that it's really happening to them in any kind of way. So they very much in denial.
Yeah.
If you see it and you feel as though that this is what's going on, there are always ways to reach out, always ways to help out, to get help, I should say. And the young lady was, you was explaining earlier about an incident that happened where a man was beating.
Yes.
All right, y'all. It goes back to the same thing.
Yes.
You see something, say something. You can't just sit there and allow this to happen, because later on you may see this person on the news.
Yes, exactly.
And it's done, and you witnessed it. You're gonna carry that on your heart for a while. You see something, say something. And there was on another media page that I've actually seen them do like tests where they would do like a prank. It's kind of like a prank, but it's almost like to see how many people will actually help out. And out of the whole entire video that I saw, maybe 2 or 3 people stopped and helped.
Oh, on that show. I know
Oh my goodness! I was like, that's real though.
It is.
That is real. People would turn around, walk the other way.
They will.
Some of them want to see it on what's that other little media show, so that everybody can look in and see something happen. That's not cool. That's not cool. That's somebody's life. That could be your family member's life, and they don't see it as that. So as they're getting hurt, they're getting beat. They're sitting there like, oh shoot, that can't happen to me. But then it end up happening.
Exactly.
What do you do then? You want to still keep that stiff upper lip and try to,
You can't.
and they try to hold on to it and say, nah, that's not happening to me. No.
Right.
Yeah, that's happening to you.
Exactly.
So yeah, it's always a lot of things going on with that they really need to reach out.
Exactly.
They really need the help. They need to talk to someone. They need to do something, because if not, it can be too late.
Exactly.
It can go to the fact that it's too late. I found myself, even if you just so happen to have that happen, like to a family member or whatever,
Right.
you must reach out. I found myself one day getting so angry, not at my wife, but at my daughter. And I remember from when I grew up how we was raised. And I try not to raise my daughter with that iron fist, because abuse is abuse, regardless of what. Because I was raised with that, by that iron fist.
Right.
So I want to be sure that my daughter don't have to live that life.
Right. Somebody's saying, I have a question.
Oh, that's Dante. Yes.
Hi. What is your question?
Call it in.
Call in.
Call in, Tay.
So we can hear your voice. Call in. Don't hesitate. 302-312-1266. We would like to hear your question, and it's important, that we interact on this thing. He said, okay, awesome. And it's not an okay situation.
It's never.
It never has been an okay situation. It's really heartfelt type of thing, because you're seeing these things, you're witnessing these things. I was in a domestic relationship, and I kept quiet about it. I didn't tell everybody, because everybody can't talk to, So I had to remove myself, and I got tired of that. One day, I fell on my hands and knees, and I was like, I can't do this. This is it. Like I said before, I had help. Somebody came and removed me from the situation. And I'm glad I did that, because God only knows where it took me, where I would have been.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So, and these men and women are getting really violent to where they're killing you and themselves.
Right. Right.
You love me that much to kill me? Really? That's not love.
That's not love at all.
Not.
That's
Where
selfishness.
That's not love.
That's total selfishness.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know, and that's a terrible thing. You know, and things have got to get better. I'm telling you. This is somebody's lives. You know, somebody's children are seeing these things. Like I said earlier, you know, you're standing there and letting them hurt each other. You know, because of what they're seeing. They could hurt their brothers and sisters. Bam, bam, bam.
Mm.
Thinking it's okay because they see mommy and daddy doing it. The verbal abuse, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Verbal abuse as well. Okay, somebody said something here. Let me put my glasses on because you know I can't see. Andrea Banks stated, by authorities ignoring the fact that it sends a message that is abuse, that it's okay.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's true.
Exactly.
That is true.
Yes. You know, and you know, hello Janella, welcome. Uh-oh, this is our caller. Hello, welcome to Let It Out.
Good evening. Dante, hey Ray, how's it going? How you doing?
Hey,
Follow
Tay.
yourself. Welcome. Okay, and what is your question?
My question is, the women that come and hey, how's it going? The women that come and seek help,
Yes.
do they don't have family members like, you know, brothers, cousins, uncles, fathers even, you know, is it always just them? They don't have nobody. No, I mean,
Nobody to turn to. You mean nobody to turn to?
to help them
Yeah.
in the situation.
Yeah. Some of them are scared to do that because you never know what their reaction would be. And what is your input, Raphael?
It's also on that point where, like I said before, they kind of put in denial that it's happening to them. So their family members will see the denial stage of what's going on. They put on that big front and then go home and they go to it and things happen. I mean, you could tell women who went through by their battle scars of their heart. You can tell it.
Yes.
You can always tell it. That heart is like, will show it right there and they'll let you know everything that's going on.
Right. Exactly. You know, and it's like I said, they're afraid of the judgment. You know, and their reaction, what they may do to the person, because you know sometimes when you tell somebody in your family something going down, guess what happened? It might not be a good thing. Somebody's getting hurt.
Right.
You know, and then next thing you know, it's a charge, right?
Yeah.
And my hello Joe, my son, he said actually they don't. You know, some don't. You know, and Andrea stated, you know, I was embraced, and that's a beautiful thing. Everybody's not, you know, and so you know, with me also, you know, I was embraced by my family.
Right.
You know, thank God for that because you know God only knows where I would have been.
Right.
You know, so I thank you for your question, and thank you for calling in. Do you have any more?
I don't know.
I guess he must have hung up. But thank you for calling in. Yeah, that was a good question to ask.
And it's like I was saying, it's more so women carry. You can always tell someone who's been through a lot of hurt. You get into a relationship with a young lady.
Yeah.
This young lady went through all sorts of abuse and problems and everything. So it's going to take her a minute to start trusting you to be that person to not do the same thing.
Exactly.
So you're going to see the battle scars instantly. So a lot of times this abuse thing is real strong. It goes deeper than that. It's not like, oh, well, she done got him locked up or whatever the case may be.
Right.
And then, it's everything should be fine. Then she going to go off and be with some other dude, whatever the case may be. That's not how that always go. Right. That person, when she moves on to another person, or that guy that moves on to another person, they end up carrying that luggage on their back that they don't trust you yet. They gotta sit there and go through it. They have to go through all the changes, and you got to be there, be strong enough for them to help them out. I mean, it doesn't go away just because you just met them. It takes some years. Sometimes it depends on how many years you went through it. If every person that came into that person's life had abused them of any kind of way, they're gonna carry every one of those abuse to the right person and not know how to handle this right person doing the right thing. And I've seen guys leave because of that, because they don't know how to handle it or what to do to handle it. So they out the door. But if the guys can tell that they went through it, don't put them through it again. Try your best to go the complete opposite direction of what they ever had. And I mean, there's guys out there that get women that they didn't recognize the first time of abuse of any kind of way. Then after a while, they start realizing there's a pattern going on, that someone's taking their kindness for their weakness or going at them. Don't charge them. Don't go at them. Don't get mad. Just learn how to get out of it. If you have to, walk away. It's better to walk away than to sit there and fight at times. Just walk away, because it's not going to get any better.
Exactly. You know, and you got to take heed to that. You know, and I don't know, how many, are really accepting these things that you're just taking these things and letting somebody just do these things to you. You gotta get out of there. You gotta do something about it. Don't just sit there. Go and do something. Get away. Please do that for me. Because I'm a living testimony. I'm here. By God's grace, I'm here. And you have to move on. Because, you're going to get better. And you're going to be fine without them. They see you and everything. They're looking at you like, girl, you look good. What happened to you? Oh, I left you. That's what happened. I'm happy. I'm fine. Look at me. I can walk somewhere without a bruise on my face. I don't have to wear sunglasses to hide my eyes. People looking at you, you're in disguise. No, that's not the life you want to live. And that's not life. That's not living. You're being afraid.
Yeah.
Being afraid. And I just don't like that at all. And you don't want to walk around like that. Take you and your children and go if you have to. And if you're by yourself, it makes it easier.
Yeah.
That makes it much easier because
a
you're
lot
alone.
easier.
Yeah, it does. But when you have children, I understand that it is hard, but at the same time, it's not. Excuse us again. Another caller. Hello, welcome to Let It Out. Who am I speaking with?
Hi. Yes, I'm calling about being abused in a relationship.
Okay, and who am I speaking with?
Yvonne.
Hi, Yvonne.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good. Okay. So tell me your story.
I was abused in a relationship with a guy, and thank God I got out in time.
Okay.
I was abused. I had a daughter at the time. Well, I was pregnant during the time I was abused.
Okay.
Thank God I didn't lose the baby.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I had nobody to turn to. Nobody believed that I was being beaten, or when they did, some of the family members took it as a joke.
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
So I got out the relationship. Thank God.
Yeah. So how did you remove yourself from that?
Excuse me?
How did you remove yourself from the situation?
I was at a party, and he beat me up and knocked me off the steps. And when I fell off the steps, got back up and tried to run, he grabbed me and started beating me again. So when he told me he had to go to the bathroom and for me to stay on the couch and don't move.
Okay.
As soon as he turned his back, I escaped.
Wow.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my,
and
I'm
I've
glad
been
you're
gone ever since.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's
But
awesome.
the thing is,
Yes.
I thank God that I had met another man that
Mhm.
was really, he's been really good to me.
That's a beautiful thing.
I was afraid to be in a another relationship because of what I went through.
Right.
So by me being beat up so much,
Mhm.
I tried to get him to hit me because I
Wow.
was so used to it.
Oh my
Wow. Wow.
gosh.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
he told me, if I have to put my hands on you, I don't need you.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh
So,
my
you know,
gosh.
I thank God for this man
That's beautiful.
raising my daughter as his own.
Yes, that's beautiful. That's a beautiful thing.
We got married 2
Mhm.
years after
Mhm.
and been married for 39 years.
All
Praise
right.
God.
And that
That's
isn't that amazing
fantastic.
and beautiful?
That's fantastic.
Yes, it is. I'm loving this story, you know, and I'm glad that you called in because that was important. And you made a big step because you called in. You made a big step,
Thank you.
and that was awesome. And I appreciate you calling in, Yvonne.
Mhm.
And
Thank you. Yeah, he told me, I'm sorry,
it's okay.
but he told me that he wasn't going to let me go. If he found out where I was, he would kill me because he says if I can't have you, nobody else can either.
Wow. Heard
those,
that.
I hate those,
Yeah.
I hate those words.
Yeah. Heard
So,
that.
you know, that was just a lot of talk,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
just so that I wouldn't go nowhere.
Right. Right. Yeah.
But I kept on going and didn't look back.
And I'm glad you did that. I'm glad you did, you know, because there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. Somewhere, somehow, somebody picks you up and you're moving forward. Those are stories that we like to hear.
Right.
You know,
Right.
those are good stories that
Right.
we like to hear because it's
Right.
a good ending,
Always.
a wonderful ending because, excuse me, because sometimes when a man tells you those things, sometimes they really, some of them do act out on it. You know? They do act out on that, and you know, I thank God that you were able to get away from that. I'm so happy about that.
But some guys say that
Yes.
out of fear.
Yes. Yes.
Fear of being alone, fear
Yes.
of losing whatever you gave them.
Exactly.
So a lot of them use that scare tactic,
Yes.
which is another sign of abuse,
Yes.
to fear
Yes.
because they're afraid.
Exactly.
So they use that. Yeah.
Yes. So I thank you, Yvonne, for calling in, and I appreciate you, and you know, continue to listen in because this is a good topic, you know, and I'll be praying for you as well. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Oh man,
Wow.
isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
That's a good call.
Yeah. And but she said something that I've heard before,
Yeah,
which is
that was a good call.
the mindset and the heart again. They get so used to being abused and being hurt that they think that their life is not going right without it. Then they come to find out there is light at the end of that tunnel and there's another way to go. And they don't know how to accept it.
Yeah,
So it frightens them. They're like, all right, so what's going to happen now?
yeah.
What's going to happen today? What's going to happen next week? They sit there and they keep looking for it, looking
Ooh,
for it.
baby too.
And it does not come, so they don't know what to do about it.
Yeah.
They're like, oh no, maybe I'm doing something wrong. No,
Exactly.
you're doing everything right. That's why you're not. This man is not. This person is not touching you in any kind of way. Y'all doing the right thing.
And like she stated, also that Yvonne stated that some women go into another relationship and that's what they want the other person to do to
Right,
them because
right.
they're so used to being hurt,
Right.
being
Right.
abused, being hit on and verbally abused and what have you, you know? And you know, and I'm glad that she met someone who was like, if I gotta do that, then
Right.
we don't need to do this. You know?
Right.
That's love right there.
And that's
that means
always.
they really care for you. You
That's
know?
all. That's
Because
always
you're
the
willing to-
statement that you
Yeah.
should have.
Yeah.
If I have to touch you, that's not good.
Yeah.
That makes damage. That interrupt that spiritual realm of your home.
Yes,
It
does.
really
It
does.
does. It
And,
does.
and a lot of people get afraid of. They're afraid to speak out on it because of the fact that that threat is there,
Yes.
and that threat being there messes up the whole
It does.
entire.
It does.
Boy, the household is
It
like
be-
It's everything crazy. You don't even have to have kids in it. It could be just y'all two, and it's crazy.
That's
Just
it.
crazy.
That word, crazy, because that's what it would be, you know. And you don't want to live that way.
Mm.
You don't want to live that way, you know. And my thing was I used to have fear. My stomach would hurt.
Right.
When I got off work or what have you, my stomach would hurt so bad because I was afraid to go home.
Right.
Because I already, and then I felt that they were near somewhere.
Right.
My
Right.
stomach would hurt.
Mm-hmm.
That means, okay,
Mhm.
you need to let this go. I mean, there were people in my job like, you need to leave them alone because this is not good. I'm like, yeah, I know. I'll do it, And then that one day, honey, guess what? I fought back.
Right.
I fought back because you weren't going to do this to me. We going to do, me
Right.
and you, we going to both be bloody. 'Cause
Right,
It ain't going
right.
to happen. I'm not going to take you away. You ain't going to take me out. But I'm going to let you know that I'm going to get you back.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Yeah.
get you back. And I called 911.
Yep.
And I called 911 because I had to have it documented. You had to have that stuff documented because
At
you're
all
gonna be like,
times.
I didn't see that nowhere. But you don't
Always.
always need that either. You know what I mean? I'm calling. You guys need to put this in your records. Don't say you're putting it in there and it's not. You know what I mean? And you need to get those, because those protective orders. But guess
restraining.
what?
Yep.
But
Yep.
Guess what?
Yep.
Sometimes they don't work either.
Exactly.
I'm gonna tell you that right now. They do not work.
Mm-hmm.
Because guess what? They still end up on your job, at your house, and like Andrea stated earlier, once you give them your mothers, your fathers, your uncles, whoever's house
That
they
is
know
so
you
true.
be at,
That's true.
guess what? They're gonna be popping up
Out of nowhere.
out of nowhere. You're like, what are you doing here?
The store down the street.
Yeah.
The bus stop. They're gonna be somewhere near.
They know where you
Right.
go. So I suggest change up your pace. Make it different.
Exactly.
I don't talk to them no, but say this. I don't talk to them, but you do. I don't talk to them anymore. Leave them, let them move on. I'm telling you, you'll be so much at peace. I mean, I know some people still do this
Mm-hmm.
because you're afraid.
And a lot of that is because even though a lot of men do it too, but a lot, they have a tendency of, if they know their social media page, they go back to see what they're doing now. They go back to look at what their abuser are doing or where their abuser is. And it doesn't work. If you get rid of that demon altogether,
Yes.
I guarantee you your life will be a lot better. Your heart will feel a lot better.
Yes,
You
it
will
will.
be less scared. You can
Yes.
go places again. You're not worried about them popping up.
Yes.
Get away from them, not just only in physical,
Yes.
mentally. Get away from them completely.
Yes.
Off your pages, off of get away.
Yes.
Because it doesn't work. It doesn't work to keep holding on to them because they going to think that they still got a hold on you.
Exactly.
As long as you keep talking to them, they think that they can have a hold on you.
You still, y'all are still a couple or something. They thinking, they still contacted me, so it's cool. But I'm going to say this to you guys. I thank you guys for tuning in, and I hope I got through to someone who needed to hear this today. And I want you to share this also.
Yes.
And next week's topic, forgiveness.
That's going to be strong.
Forgiveness.
That's going to be real strong.
So, continue to be safe, and I'll talk to you next week. God bless.
I'm up against the fight of my life. I'm so afraid to sleep at night. You won't get away. It's time for me to let it out. I refuse to run and hide.